So a lot of people are, leaning, oh, it could go either way. Maybe the Broncos could see benefit, but I think that's pretty crazy. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs still. Let's make it a score of 35 to 14. Kansas City.
Seriously, how the f do his predictions keep getting worse? Welcome back to the Deep in Sports News. I'm your host, Marvin Gray, and no matter how predictable that Broncos matchup was last week, there ain't no mile high enough from keeping the news from getting to you. Now, our first story of the broadcast is going to be the World Series, finally concluding in just 5 games. The Texas Rangers able to win their first championship in their history, beating out the Arizona Diamondbacks. Of course, a momentous occasion for so many players: Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, Max Scherzer, and Jacob deGrom. Mets, New York, have to bring it up. Nevertheless, huge moment for Texas. Of course, so happy for them and all their fans, but some certain people who maybe we wouldn't want a championship. Next story. Of course, we have the New York Rangers having a great win streak up until tonight, where they lose, blowing a 3-0 lead, losing in a shootout in overtime to the Minnesota Wild. A terrible, terrible loss for the New York Rangers, but don't fret, as their season has been exponentially better than last year so far, and we can only hope it'll continue to thrive. Now, on the other side of the coin, things are not going as well for the other team in Madison Square Garden. The New York Knicks, unfortunately losing their first matchup of the new in-season tournament for the NBA, playing the Milwaukee Bucks in a match that really could have gone either way, as the New York Knicks' Jalen Brunson scoring over 40 points in this matchup. Unfortunately, just no one else for the Knickerbockers able to do the job. Bucks win that one, and the Knicks starting off with a tough loss in this in-season tournament. We'll just have to see how the rest of it goes. But that's all we have to say from here. I'm Marvin Gray, and we'll send you back to your regularly scheduled programming.
NFL Week 9 predictions. Let's go. Dolphins Chiefs. Need Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to play like an offense that's actually good in fantasy football. Taking the Chiefs on this one. 34-22. Next matchup, the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons. While the Atlanta Falcons are starting Taylor Heineke for the first time this season, I trust him over whatever the hell the Vikings are doing with either rookie Jaron Hall or Josh Dobbs, who they traded for from the Cardinals this past Tuesday for the deadline. Nevertheless, I'm taking the Falcons on this one at a score of 18-12. And speaking of absolute dog quarterbacks, the Cardinals are going to Cleveland to play the Browns. Clayton Tune versus Deshaun Watson. While both teams don't really seem great on the offense, I think the defense of Cleveland really outshines against Arizona. I'm going to take the Browns on this one at a score of 21-10. The Los Angeles Rams versus the Green Bay Packers. Packers have not really got anything going, losing to the Vikings, losing to the Broncos just a few weeks ago. Just not great on really any facet. They trade Rasul Douglas to the Bills, which is, a big loss, honestly, for what is not the best team talent-wise and how they're playing. Nevertheless, picking the Rams on this one at a score of 27-17. Washington Commanders play the New England Patriots. The Washington Commanders have played some decent games, not really been able to win a lot. The New England Patriots have also not been able to win and also just played very badly. Pretty easily taking the Commanders here, maybe a Sam Howell breakout game, calling it right now. Taking the Commanders on this one at a score of 29-15. Next match will be the Bears versus the Saints. Tyson Bagent, Justin Fields, it's going to be the New Orleans Saints, and just from that confidence, it's definitely going to be Chicago. Nevertheless, going to take the Saints on this one at a score of 31-7. Matchup, the Seattle Seahawks and the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore train ends now. I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks on this one. Have they played good enough to be the team to knock off Baltimore? No, not at all. But I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks at a score of 34-26. The Indianapolis Colts and the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers getting their first win last week against Houston, but I don't think that train's going to last very long. Indianapolis still playing fine with a good defense and Gardner Minshew's offense with the Colts, of course, with Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss also being one of the best tandems of running backs in football right now. Taking the Colts on this one at a score of 23-14. New York Giants and the Las Vegas Raiders. God, these teams are bad, but you know what? I'm going to put faith in Big Blue. Maybe I shouldn't. Probably really shouldn't, especially after last week with that god-awful game against the Jets. But you know what? They're going to turn it around this week. And Las Vegas, taking the Giants on this one at a score of 19-13. The Dallas Cowboys played the Philadelphia Eagles in one of the biggest NFC matches we've had so far in this regular season. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, rich history against one another, but I think I'm going to have to take the Eagles on this one. Just the Cowboys, I feel like in the highest moments end up blowing it, but of course, any close game with divisional rivals and long histories between teams, everything's going to end up going, balls to the walls, insane. So anything could happen, but I'm just going to go the safe pick and take the Eagles on this one at a score of 27-24. Next matchup, Sunday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills go to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. The Bengals have been finally picking up the steam, playing well, but I think Buffalo is a team that is going to be able to capitalize on a team that has clearly had some poor play throughout this season, whether that be from an injury to Joe Burrow or how this offense just has not been able to really straighten itself out. I think Buffalo has had time to really reconstruct with the addition of Rasul Douglas and having all that time ever since their matchup on Thursday Night Football. I think they're going to be able to play a good game in this one. I think they'll be able to take the win away from the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills at a score of 27-20. And the last matchup of this football week, the Los Angeles Chargers going to MetLife Stadium to play the New York Jets. And, why the hell not? The New York Jets are going to win this one. The New York Jets are going to win at a score of 21-20. Last second field goal. New York Jets. I don't know what I'm doing. And now time for the Wheel of Impressions. Wheel of Impressions time, go. Oh, God. Where the hell is this guy, man? I seriously just... What the... Oh, clear. Mickey? Mr. Mouse? Whatever the hell you want to be called. What are you doing? No. Me? No, I'm part of Disney's Secret Service. I'm here to cover for Mr. Mouse. He cannot be here at this current moment. Oh. But why? See, there is a certain history with Disney and maybe the specific area in which the international game for football is this week. Ooh, yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Yes, unfortunately, no interview for Mr. Mouse this week. I mean, there's always someone else you could, someone else you can ask for an interview right now. No, get the f out of here. Oh.